What's up, y'all? On today's episode of The Lounge, I'm laying down on my couch. I know it ain't the best visuals, but I'm in pain right now. All right? A little bit about me. I have chronic pain in my foot surgery and also in my left hip from an accident, right? So, right now it's flaring up. Crazy. And it made me think while I'm sitting down here, it's just really about how spiritually we really like mess up the concept of pain and how it messes people up. All right, so let me give a few examples. Like, first, there's different types of pain, right? There's physical pain, mental pain, spiritual pain, emotional pain. I don't think I really got to go into them, so I won't do that. But I do want to talk about like how we really mess it up as a community. Like, I think the first thing that we do that really messes up pain is we just over spiritualize it. We hear about people in pain or even our own pain, and we're quick to go to like these cliches of things like God's going to do this, God's going to do that, God's going to do that. But have we ever wrestled with the concept? What if God don't do it? Right? Like, what if it's meant for you to be in pain? What if it's just you'll die with certain types of pain? Think about that, especially with mental health, right? Because not only do I have physical pains, but I also have depression and anxiety. And, treatment, medication, all that stuff is good, but it's still present in whatever form that it's in, right? So I always find it interesting when people talk about that, right? When they talk about like how mental health and all that goes. And I'm just like, yo, you don't really know what that's like. You know what I mean? Like you don't know what that feels like. And I'm gonna do a separate video just on mental health because that can go a very long way. But I want to pivot though and really just get to the point of just like we over spiritualize it. We just get so deep. And then there's also things like about lack of faith. And I feel like it's a misexegesis of like, Jesus talking about belief. You know what I mean? Like you could believe something blue in the face. It don't mean it's gonna happen. Like I could be sitting here right now and say, I really believe I have enough faith that I'm gonna be as tall as Wimbenyana. Ain't gonna happen. I could believe it all I want. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got faith the size of musty. I got faith size of a school bus doors. I got faith size of an Empire State Building. It don't matter how big my faith is. It's just not gonna happen. And I know that sounds morbid. I know that sounds beastly, but it's just what it is. Faith doesn't always equate to something happening. You could believe that you won't be sick. You could believe that and still get sick. When my dad was in the hospital last year, I had full faith that he would recover. I prayed, I believed it. He was in January, he got out, thought all was well. In March, he went back in, and in April, he passed away. Doesn't matter about my faith, don't matter about his faith, don't matter about nobody's faith. And I feel like that's infiltration from the word of faith community. Like I think they really embedded that in what we believe, right? Like they have it so big, like you can speak to this. No, you can't. It's not biblical. In the scripture they use to do it, they miss it. And it says God who speaks things is not as though they were. You don't have that power. You do not have that ability. You cannot speak things as though they were. And if you think you can, I want to test it. All right. Speak into existence $1 million. You can't. It doesn't work that way. If that was the case, everybody be rich. Like we gotta stop. We really gotta stop, right? But when we get these thoughts, and it wonders why people get discouraged, right? Because people are told, "Oh, you don't have enough faith. You're not believing hard enough." Like, yo, if you sitting in pain and you hurting and you down and out, do you think you don't want to get better? Like, do you think really somebody's sitting there like, oh my God, I'm in so much pain, God help? Nah, matter of fact, nah, God, I don't want to get better. I don't want to sit here and hobble. I don't want to sit here and feel like somebody's like kicking me in my ribs every day. Oh no, God, I don't want to feel anguish. Oh no, I just want to feel this forever, God. You know what? You chill. Man, y'all done lost y'all rabbit mind. Ain't nobody sitting there saying that. And if there's a few people sitting there, that's not reflective of the majority of the people who are dealing with pain. They want to get better. And sometimes it just ain't in the cards, right? You could do all you want. You could eat right. You could do whatever. Some things, it just ain't going to change. I think the lessons we have to talk about is faith isn't always defined by what God does for you It's just you connecting with God. Like, and I think that's the deeper issue, is that we've made faith so transactional. People literally get depressed if they don't feel like God is healing them or something like that. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like a little bit of it, I was frustrated too, because like with my foot, I had the surgery I was supposed to have, and it's supposed to make it better, and it's a year and 3 months in, and it's still not all the way better. It's a little better than it was before, but obviously, you see me kick back on this couch with my hand behind my head, not sitting in that chair back there for a reason, because I'm in pain. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real. But I know my relationship with God is not transactional. Like, God is still good because I'm hurt. Like, yeah, it was frustrating, but I had to get beyond that. You know what I'm saying? I had to get beyond that with prayer. I had to get beyond that even in therapy to realize, like, yo, I'm still good. Like, I got a relationship with God. Like, yeah, it might hurt. Yeah, I might gotta sit down. Yeah, I might gotta take medicine. But you know what? I'm still blessed. I'm still here, even in pain. Like, I'm still here talking to y'all. Right? Yeah, it hurts, whatever, whatever, right? Do I want to be laid down like this? Absolutely not. But you know what? I'm still here. I'm still blessed. You know what I mean? Like, stop being so transactional. Like, it almost seems like sex worker prostitution relationship that people have with God. It's like, if you don't do something, then I'm hurt. Like, we gotta grow beyond that. That's like, that's growing in your faith, is realize like your relationship isn't because of what God does for you. It's just because God is God and you are you. And you are looking for a connection with the divine. You're looking for a connection with God who created you. That's what you really want, not because of what God can do for you, right? So sometimes you have to come with compassion and understand, like when people are going through, it's a tough time, man. Don't over spiritualize their moment, man. Just sit with them, pray with them, and shut up. I'll leave this with you as I go. When you read the story about Job, all three of them, the three older dudes that were there, God had an issue with them. But God didn't have issue with the young bull who was there, because the other three were trying to do all this spiritual and all that. And the young kid who was there, I can't think of his name right now because obviously I'm in pain, was just chilling and speaking the truth about God. So you sit with somebody, just speak the truth about God, man. Don't be out here trying to just chill. Stay in your place. Pray for somebody and show love to them. Y'all have a good